Finally, Wendy Williams has had the last laugh. She's extremely deserving. And it appears that nothing can heal a diva's wounded soul more than her husband selling his opulent Florida home and moving out. She's had plenty of time to wait as she watches her ex struggle financially. But now that he is essentially homeless, what does Wendy actually think about his complaint? Let's investigate. Thank you for visiting the Fame Reporter channel again. So as you are all aware, after Kevin Hunter's money vanished from his pockets the last time, his fiancée Sharina Hudson packed up her belongings and left him, leaving him to deal with 2 mountains of unpaid debts and dues. Kevin is reportedly so poor at handling money that he is currently compelled to leave his opulent Florida home and sell the sports cars he owns. You know, there was a lot going on behind the scenes for us. Wendy thinks that if Kevin had been a little sharper, he wouldn't have tried to rob her of her money and might have paid more attention to how he spent his meager resources. Since money was just coming into their pockets so easily, he was living like a king with her and not giving bills or fees much thought. But as Wendy said, she has always been the family's financial sage. You must understand how to obtain a mortgage. Even if you're married, you still need to be aware of your monthly expenses because you never know when a marriage can fail. Given that he had been having extramarital affairs with several women and even leading a double life with his mistress-turned-fiancée, Sharina Hudson, how stupid Kevin must have been to think that his marriage to Wendy would never end. He failed to realize, however, that Wendy wasn't just head over heels. She was well aware of many things from the beginning, most notably his relationship with Sharina. A fact, Wendy didn't even think of Sharina as a rival to her because she wasn't initially attracted to him because she was hoping for a large love. Her true goal was to find money, and she was successful in collecting it from Hunter. She belonged to the group of unintelligent ladies who relocated to a huge city with lots of lights. Serena's head was turned by the bright lights of show industry, and she began to rely on Kevin and Wendy's finances by requesting more expensive presents, pristine vacations, and designer luggage. Additionally, as Wendy notes, this man was gullible and foolish, spending money mercilessly to sate Serena's increasing desire for luxury. One of his biggest errors was believing he could maintain this way of life indefinitely. However, Kevin made a mistake and ended up having a child with his mistress. And Wendy had never wanted to put up with this level of treachery and indiscretion from her former husband. You understand, adultery is one thing. A complete infant is an entirely different subject. In order to finally let her cheating husband to move in freely with his baby mother, the TV diva swiftly filed for divorce. And guys, Kevin made the exact same decision. He believed that his life was in order at that point since, in addition to escaping a strangling divorce, he also received a pleasant bonus in the form of Wendy's hefty alimony. The diva once even said that she was aware of how much Kevin depended on these payments to support his new family. That is not my issue. I am confident that my child and all 3 of them receive alimony payments on schedule each month. Unfortunately, reality's harsh rocks collided with his hopes of living happily ever after with his ex-wife's alimony. And one day, Kevin discovered that Wendy had completely barred him from requesting another transfer. And this is when Kevin's financial conditions started to deteriorate. And it appears that Wendy was well aware of what would shortly happen to this man. Kevin admitted that his entire life had been flipped upside down and that he was exclusively reliant on alimony payments because it was widely anticipated that he would go bankrupt without her kind donations. Kevin is consequently forced to sell everything, even his and baby mama's house in Florida, which is, in my opinion, the height of luxury for a man without a penny in his pocket because he has run out of ways to pay for his requirements. Kevin put his cherished 2020 home on the market with the expectation of receiving $1.3 million for this magnificent estate with 5 bedrooms, a roomy formal living room, a sophisticated formal dining room, and an open-concept gourmet kitchen. And it appears that Wendy is pleased to learn that she was correct from the beginning. And neither her suffering nor her wealth could be used by Kevin and Sharina to create their happiness. The couple of lovebirds has been coping with one issue after another until they realized they couldn't take it any longer, because they are totally barred from receiving a dime of her multi-million income. The issue with Kevin is that he ended up dating this girl. She was quite approachable for him. Money was flowing through their fingers like sand on the beach. which makes sense given Sharena's need to support her business and Kevin's own penchant for extravagance. And Wendy seemed content that Kevin had learned such a great lesson, because neither of them genuinely intended to take their company ideas seriously. Since this man did her filthy, that much is without dispute. And everyone is aware of the TV diva's erratic behavior following the divorce. However, I remain in love. I'm at a loss on what to do. Are you really serious about this? Wendy finally has the opportunity to shine. And even though Kevin is in the worst situation of his life, without any new projects to work on, debts to pay off, a baby mother by his side, and Sharena stealing his kid from him, no one seems to feel sorry for him. Everyone, including Wendy. He claimed to have established Wendy's empire and overseen every aspect of it, according to one commenter, and yet he can't even handle his house or new girlfriend. Additionally, another user because he can't handle his money. Isn't it karma? He's a fool, that's all he is. Choose any theory you like, but the facts will still be the same. With his love affair and money mismanagement, Kevin Hunter had fallen into some very murky muck. And as a result, he finally received his just reward. A difficult lesson in life about how to lose everything. When you don't want to grow up and take everything for granted. As Wendy noted, Kevin made a lot of impulsive purchases and showed no signs of stopping. Even the separation. Say the previous 15 years have seen #stupidity in the auto industry. But it appears that he is now learning the bus fare now that things are not going so well for him. Or perhaps discover a new level of comfort while driving a regular car like the rest of us. And it's understandable that Kevin does the only thing he can at the moment. Sell everything and downsize, since his new life with a brand new family has gone awry and his enterprises aren't bringing in enough money to cover the budget gaps. When Kevin was seen in a pawn shop with a large bag of jewelry, he had already sold other pricey items. Kevin believed that with Wendy's alimony, things would improve for him in some way at the time. Therefore, it wasn't a desperate decision. However, reality smacked Hunter in the face and made it clear that his karmic lesson would be considerably more painful because he had no intention of changing his blatant ways of living. He is now forced to leave his smart house because he is unable to continue paying his $600 something hella monthly costs. It is unknown if he will eventually end up sleeping on a friend's couch for a bit to consider his options. We must. Like the other executive producer we had there, the showrunner, Kevin is still a well-respected producer. I'm not sure about you guys, but it seems like Wendy only cracks up when she learns about Kevin's producing skills because, to date, the only thing he has managed to prove to the world is that he is so terrible with money that even Sharena got tired of his dubious decisions and financial gimmicks, and left him to deal with the consequences of his mistakes. Additionally, I've discovered that not all money is good money. Some people concur with Wendy, and Kevin's dubious financial decisions only contributed to his falling into a trap in which he is now required to liquidate his home and expensive vehicles in order to pay off his obligations. As one reader noted, it's odd that he didn't anticipate for what life would look like without getting an alimony payment from Wendy, especially at his age. It appears that he can't handle such a lifestyle without his well-known ex-wife. And after selling everything, will he look after his resources? Which is kind of unexpected for many people. Post your ideas in the comments section below. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Check out my other videos about this insane story in the meantime. I guess that's everything for today. I appreciate your attention. Remain tuned. And I pledge to return as soon as possible.